Hey all you dudes and dudettes, this is Byron here and welcome back to another video. Now one topic I want to get into tonight is that I want to talk about this mall that some of you guys may know. And if you live in Cincinnati or if you have lived in Cincinnati in the past, you probably know this mall and you probably know what I mean, known as Forest Fair Village. It used to be called Forest Fair Mall and then eventually Cincinnati Mills and later Cincinnati Mall until they changed the name to Forest Fair Village, which that name did not age very well. Now, for those of you that don't know, Forest Fair Village has had its troubled history throughout its lifespan and throughout the years in its history. That includes financial struggles, the lack of capacity. It's basically in a blue-collar neighborhood and also in a much too small area, which I can honestly see why that it was competitive over the years, and possibly leasing. And not to mention some irresponsible management, especially during the days of Cincinnati Mills. And basically, the mall went downhill twice. The first time it went downhill was back in the 90s and even into the early 2000s, although that downfall didn't last very long once they brought in a lot of businesses and such, especially into Cincinnati Mills. And basically, the second time that it went downhill was basically a dead end, and it started losing businesses since 2008, and it had been a dead mall ever since, right until the mall itself permanently closed back in 2022 due to several code violations that the mall received, which honestly shows that the mall had not been taken care of very well. I mean, they tried to revive the mall several times, but that literally failed. I mean, I don't know, maybe the mall is cursed or something. And now, because of the mall's shady and horrendous condition, it is basically planned and scheduled to be demolished. Which, I'm not gonna lie, but that had been expected for a long time. And even recently, Bass Pro had just moved out of the mall, and it's going to open its new location in Westchester, which that has also been expected for a long time, leaving Kohl's the only anchor that's basically left in the mall, and it will not be demolished since it's going to be on that property for a long time, which is good. So now with the mall being planned to demolish, even though it got delayed to like the end of 2025 as rumored, I do have some speculations and ideas that I do have regarding Forest Fair's future. And some Cincinnatians and even the people who are business people in the counties that I live in, they have plans to redevelop the property by having lighter use for the property. And by lighter use, I think that they mean some sort of, light use for like financially light use, possibly some light use, by not putting in so much expensive type of buildings there, but I don't know. Now, from my understanding and what the developers are planning to do is that they're basically planning to put in 4 buildings that would basically be a bunch of factories. Now, I don't know what to say about it, but I think it's kind of ridiculous to put in a ton of factories on the property that was once occupied by a mall. It's like, are you shitting me at this point? Factories on the property instead of something similar to what Tri-County and Northgate malls are going to go through and similar to Liberty Center? Okay, well, sure, we should have other businesses that the property has never had before outside of retailers, restaurants, and entertainment, but still, it's like, I don't even know what to tell you. If I were those redevelopers, and if I wanted to put in a factory in the Forest Fair area, that would have to be where Walmart used to be. I mean, maybe it could be like an Amazon type of factory, which would be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. That's just my idea if I were to redevelop the mall. So here's my main idea regarding how I would redevelop Forest Fair Village if I were one of those business people and if I were to redevelop the mall. So basically, if I were to do that, I would basically want the mall to be demolished, although it would cost money to do that, which the funds had already been put in some sort of fundraiser so that the state of Ohio could get rid of the mall for good. And I was actually thinking about this recently, and basically, if they were to demolish the mall, they could build something that would be very similar to Liberty Center and also Artisan Village, but it would have like a very different name and it would basically not be competitive to any other small downtown areas. I mean, malls are more competitive than those, downtown redevelopment centers like Liberty Center. So like on half the property, they should put in some condos and also some offices for people that want to work from home or just businesses in general. And as for the other half, they should also put in a lot of stuff. Like they should put in some sort of national park. They should also put in, I guess, maybe some sort of outdoor event area, kind of like Liberty Center. and what Artisan Village is going to have. And I also believe that some retailers and restaurants, maybe some entertainment facilities could be built there, but not like in a huge enclosed space where it would be like a mall. I mean, they could also put in hotels as well on like on the I mean, actually, let's just say in thirds, basically. I mean, that would be kind of cool. I mean, it would be like downtown Forest Fair, but not as a mall. And if they were to put in retailers and restaurants and even entertainment centers, they could also increase security just to basically prevent theft, which I think that's a really good idea. And basically, since the mall actually used to have a grocery store back in the day, I think that putting in a new location for Kroger, but as Kroger Marketplace, would be really cool to put there, especially for those that live in condos and hotels. If I would want to put anything on the property for like what, $55 million or $70 million. I mean, speaking of $70 million, let me tell you something. And like now, all of a sudden, some guy named Riley King had just organized a GoFundMe this past January just to try and save Forest Fair Mall from being demolished, and the goal for the fundraiser is basically $70 million. That is actually the same price as the renovation that the mall had when it was converted into Cincinnati Mills. I mean, do you know how insane that is? I mean, it's not bad for the investment, but I'm like, I really hope it's not the exact same Cincy Mills situation all over again. Despite the other guy wanting the mall to be like mixed use or probably a different type of redevelopment on the property to carry some sort of mixed use. And basically, this whole redevelopment goal for this fundraiser has 3 different plans. One of them is to basically open it back up as a mall, but in a modernized way. Kind of like Kenwood Town Center, even though it's not like completely modernized, it's just your average mall. Plan B would include a small amusement park inside the mall, kind of like what it used to be in its early years, and kind of like Mall of America, but smaller. And Plan C would be to host local events at the mall, from a farmer's market to a local concert, as what they're saying is that Plan C would basically convert the mall into some sort of convention center. So basically a shopping mall and a small amusement park and some sort of convention center. I mean, that's really not that bad, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're going to take into reconsideration. I mean, I like shopping malls, but like this fundraiser kind of came out of the blue, but it's very interesting. Well, I mean, who even knows when those changes are going to happen in the mall anyway, despite it being set to be demolished very soon. And other than that, I don't have a lot to say right now. That's basically all I have in this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will make more videos that'll be coming your way. And until then, this is me, Byron, signing off. Double peace.